Let's do this thing. We've got Morgan Le Fay and Galacta in hand. Nothing we would like to destroy. Nothing to bring back anything we destroy. Well, I guess we have Morgan Le Fay. Uncle Ben makes me feel like we actually might be playing an Airwalker mirror match to start us off here. A little bit interesting. Makari's over there. Nico doesn't help us. We can wait. Pixie Uncle Ben? Why Pixie Uncle Ben? I'm gonna go Killmonger a little bit early. Merlin and the Hood. I feel like there's a good chance we are just playing against someone who is also using an Airwalker / Morgan Le Fay style deck, and potentially playing this for them isn't helpful, but I do want to, I think I'm going to do it sooner rather than later. Rather than letting them get the control over when stuff is destroyed, I'd rather be able to do that personally for myself. Let's play... If I go Nico here, Uncle Ben here, and then Carnage here, I think that's my best case scenario. They have a Killmonger. There's nothing for their Killmonger. Nico, Uncle Ben, destroyed. It's going to bring actually Angel into the game, which is interesting. Put 2 cards into my hand. Other than Angel, obviously, which is actually another really good bonus. Carnage is great there. And then let's see what we got for this next bit. We have Airwalker. Airwalker is not really going to be helpful right now. We do have Hood as the next card. We're going to have Nico, Uncle Ben, and Makari. And Makari is just going to play herself here. So we're going to go Morgan Le Fay into dropping the Nova, I believe. We can even go Venom in this lane. I think that might be the correct call. Yeah, let's go for it. Uncle Ben and Makari and Nico all going on the board. Nova for some extra points. Mobius, I mean, we're not trying to make anything cheaper, so that's fine by us. We've got a lot of value currently. And I'm going to end it off here with, ooh, additional power onto the next card I'm playing with this. Let's go... Nico here. Actually, we want to play it basically last, don't we? Nico, Uncle Ben, and then I'm just going to go Venom. I actually think this is the correct answer. Because the more cards we actually have getting the bonus from power from Nova, the better for us here. And I think it's better just to put more points into those right 2 lanes right now, because we already have just barely enough over in that left one. And the Nova's going to actually add 2 points to Venom because it's going to put 1 point on Makari as well. And that Venom's now going to be eating, putting him at 16. We're full in the right lane, so they can't really send anything over if they want to. They've got a Polymorph. Gilgamesh is completely useless for them. Omniversal Presence doesn't help them. And Rocket Pad doesn't help them either. We take the win. Didn't get the chance to use Airwalker this first game, but I do like the idea of this deck, what he can be doing in here. I think Airwalker's a really cool card that I was able to unlock without actually using any gold, using any like free mission refreshes. I've not played with him until I unlocked him through all these missions through High Voltage, and honestly, it's been a lot of fun. I actually had a lot of fun in High Voltage as well, surprisingly. I feel like in the past I've enjoyed it less, but the ban list this time has been really interesting, and I personally have really enjoyed it. Let me show you actually a few of the decks real quick that I've been using in High Voltage, and then we can go back into some games with Airwalker because I do think this is a fun card. I've actually pretty much only used 3 decks inside of High Voltage. The first one is this ongoing deck that I've really enjoyed because Rogue is a very effective card, as well as Mercury Cannonball is just great. And Professor X, if you get 5 energy on the first turn, can just be really powerful, especially with Mr. Fantastic and potentially even Sam Wilson's shield sneaking into that location where you can play Professor X. There's a lot of cards that are higher series in here with Mercury Cannonball, Captain Carter, Captain America, Sam Wilson, Astral Protection, and Stardust. You don't really need every single one of those. You can replace them with your personal ongoing of choice. I was just finding that those were the ones that I really enjoyed here. The Mercury Cannonball package is very specific with each other, so if you don't have one of them, I probably wouldn't recommend the other one. You could go with some other, again, ongoing card. Astral Projection was just an additional way to copy the Cannonball Spectrum. If you're missing one of these cards, I'd go with just another, again, generic ongoing card that could put out stats onto the board, and you could potentially, if you're missing a few of them, the Ravonna, Mystique, Iron Man package could be interesting as well. You just want to be able to put down a lot of cards that can give you good value. Sarah's another card you can be messing with in this list as well in order to put more cards down. But in general, this is one of the lists that I really enjoyed. Specific replacements, I'll leave it up to your best judgment. You can use the autofill if you want. Whatever is best for you. But I liked this one as the first of my 3 lists that I really enjoyed in high voltage. The number 2 list I enjoyed was one that I was playing my first list, and then someone played Echo against me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that card is still allowed. And it is, and this is a list that I actually really enjoyed using with Echo, because it's just really powerful and very strong, and uses tech again as well. And I think there's a good amount of tech still in each of these lists, and has a lot. There's a lot less, but it's still good. Lady Deathstrike's an amazing card as well, just to be able to shut down a lane where people are going to try to play Mr. Fantastic or Iron Man or stuff like that. And it just can put down a lot of power or disrupt your opponent's power very effectively. Green Goblin and Debris both to clog. Green Goblin's better when obviously Stardust is on the board, and then Debris, if you can play it on the first turn, can be really effective as well. And even going for a Hazmat Annihilus to clog the entire board on the final turn is really good. There's a lot of higher series cards here as well, and you're going to want to basically be using an Affliction package. Luke Cage isn't banned. Or no, sorry, Luke Cage isn't allowed in this list. He is banned. So use that Affliction package and use it to the best of your ability. There are different Affliction cards you'll be using here. You just want to make sure whatever you're doing, you're going to get the value out of each and every card. You do have Annihilus in this list, so if you'd like to, you can try to go with some stuff akin to a Sentry. You can try to do some of that, but in general, this was a list I really enjoyed. I'm not going to recommend specific replacements for every single thing, because guess what? There's just a lot of Affliction cards, and I'm pretty sure y'all can figure out your best replacements there. And wrapping up my top 3 lists, which were, again, these were the only lists I actually really played in high voltage. There were a couple other ones I messed with, but none of them really clicked for me as well as these 3 did, and ending it off with negative high voltage. I mean, I've had a lot of tech in the other 2 lists, but as I was finishing off my journey, I was like, well, then what if we can just get really big numbers? And what if we just do the Black Panther Zola package? And it's really effective, really powerful. Even against people who are running Stardust or a Juggernaut and stuff, the effectiveness of being able to put down a lot of these cards earlier on to just be able to put down your power into the board early and make it so your opponents can't mess with your plan is really effective. I went for a Wong, Mystique, and then Ironheart all on turn 2, and then just avoided that empty spot in that lane on the final turn when my opponent overplayed into there. So you can try to mess with that a bit. Cassandra Nova is obviously a great card here as well. You've got a lot of these cheaper cards, and then just a lot of value with Mr. Negative. If you're missing some of these cards, the ones that you might be missing would probably be Cassandra Nova, Sage, potentially Ravonna, and Gore. Any other card pretty much that you can replace into these lists would just be another big static card. Or a card that just, has that unevenness. I think one thing instead of Gore you can potentially go with, because Gore actually kind of was hit or miss in his games, you could go with the Taskmaster to get some additional value out of your Black Panther, your Sages, or your Cassandra Novas. Anything else that you can just use to put big numbers on the board is really effective, and I really honestly wanted to point out the fact that Ironheart felt very good in terms of putting your power everywhere else. I don't know if I'd recommend White Tiger though, because again, Stardust is a thing, but these lists all in general were a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed all 3 of them. If you wanted to try to get Airwalker, these are my own personal recommendations. Not going to say that they're the meta breakers or the best decks, or even, I don't think they're bad either. I don't know. These were my favorites. But just wanted to show these off real quick. If you have specific replacement questions, try to use autofill, or I can try to answer those in the comments. But otherwise, let's go back into the actual Airwalker games. All right. Starting against the French Mistake. Wakanada, not amazing here. Isle of Silence is fine. We'll do this. We'll see what we got. Might just go Airwalker right now. And then I could just Carnage it next turn if I need to. What's my next card? Depending on what my next card is, I might play that in Carnage. Captain America went to the middle lane. Oh, this is a Airisham deck. Okay, here we are. Boring stuff. Here we are. And that is what it is. I'm gonna go... This is interesting. I'm kind of worried about the Morgan Le Fay a little bit. I don't think I'm actually worried enough, though. I'm gonna do this. I might regret that choice, especially considering I'm actually currently turning off the on-reveal abilities there. And the fact that we got everything else there is really good for me. That's probably the best case scenario right there for me. Wave doesn't matter. Morgan Le Fay is fine. What do we have as our next call? What's our next call? Let's see. It's definitely just Morgan Le Fay right now. That's all we need. It is a 9-powered Morgan Le Fay, which is pretty good. And then we're going to get Uncle Ben, Airwalker, and Makari all back. Makari is going to be another great card. One of the reasons I actually really do like this deck is using both Angel and Makari just to basically say, I don't care if the cards from back are going to be a little bit of a problem. They just fill up those locations that I kind of want to fill up already. I don't know if I like the Makari being filled up there, but again, I don't think I mind it. You know what I mean? Let's do this. Let's go, honestly, Hood. Not Hood. Okay, maybe it is Hood. Because what I could do is I could just Uncle Ben some stuff. Or do I even care about Uncle Ben doing things here? What if I just go... They don't have any 1-drops currently. Honestly, it might just be this. I like this better than anything else currently. I wonder if I needed to play for that left lane. Let's see, they've got 4 points. Nope, didn't need to worry about that. Thankfully, they've got a terminal case of Shang Brain, which means it doesn't matter what else they play here. Just put down enough points to win that game. I think we still would have won even if we went with the other line of actually putting points over here and then moving the Jubilee out of the way. We still would have had 1 point on their Shang-Chi with the Spider-Man over there, but nevertheless, nice little win. All right, starting over at Genosha. I don't think I mind throwing down Uncle Ben immediately. What else do we have here? Atlantis. What a city you enchant us. I'm just gonna go Hood into Nova. I'm gonna really hope they don't just like stop my stuff from getting destroyed. I'm technically zeroing out my points. Is that the correct term? Zeroing out? I think that's the correct term. I think I'll be okay. I do love this one. I mean, X23, Carnage. We're definitely, unfortunately, assisting them with the X23 here. We're also going to move their Carnage potentially out of the way. Yeah, we are moving their Carnage here. Putting a lot of cards, at least, over in that middle lane is good for us here. We've got Angel on the board coming down, and then we now get Nova's bonus onto everything else. X23 staying in that lane. Let's just do Morgan Le Fay. We're going to get 3 cards into our hand. We're going to get that. Yeah, that'll be fine. They're going to get 6 energy here. Oh, this is going to be a, shoot, this is going to be a game with, who has priority here? They do? That's unfortunate. This is going to be a Nimrod game. I don't know what to do about that. I don't even know if there is anything I can do about that. Let's go with Nico into the Uncle Ben over here. And if I actually just put down Nova, Hood, and Demon, that should guarantee that the left lane just gets all of these cards destroyed. If I've done this right. Not amazing for me currently. But we'll see how bad this actually is in a second here. Man, if only we knew what he was going to say. It's unfortunate. This might still be a loss. We'll find out here in a second. Nova into Hood. Makari is going to play herself here, and then Everything in that left lane is going to all get destroyed. At least of mine. I don't have a way to bring everything back again. So potentially a mistake there, but it's fine. Is it best to just do this? I think we actually add the most points if I just play this right now. Is that correct? Is it better to do it mid? They have Carnage, which means they're probably going to go Venom in this lane. That's 13 points over here, which means they actually just tie us here. I think it's this. Unless it's a Galactus, in which case I'm going to cry. But if that happens, like I said, I'll cry. That's a promise. Oh, nope. They just didn't have it. Okay. I mean, that was all according to plan, of course. Yeah, with the null there, that wasn't enough to win. They were probably thinking I might try to fight elsewhere and just didn't think they had it. We actually had enough points on the board. We're still putting out pretty good amounts of power. Airwalker being a nice way just to put extra points on the board. We actually... Yeah, if I just use... Maybe I actually still would have won even if I had just used a demon there instead. But I liked what we did, so we'll take it. Alrighty, Shadowfax starting us off. Hood is probably the correct card to start us off here because this just dies. Killmonger against Sunspot deck is really nice. I wonder if this is just like a high evolutionary deck, which means I'm getting a lot of value here. Do I just start it off really aggressively, play this, and snap? What if I do? What if I play that and just snap? I put both down. Why not? Put both of them down. We do it in the other order, though? Maybe I should have done it in the other order. That's great. Yeah, this is just an end of turn deck. And we got Angel on the board, which is great for us. Demon also dying here. A little bit rude, but fair enough. What if I play Airwalker? Let's play Killmonger, actually. I'm a liar. Play him mid, in case he gets destroyed. Let's see this. Let me do it early. Does he die? Oh my gosh, Danger Room is really against me today. I have destroyed 4 cards, which is really nice. Blue Marvel, but like, what are they gonna do with that? Oh, but I get Black Panther? Well, that's kind of sick. No, but that's actually sick. If I play Galacta, can I go Airwalker Carnage? In the right lane? I think I can. No, Galacta! Actually, I think I'm still okay with that, kinda. Right, so I just do Airwalker Carnage. And then on the final turn, I'm gonna get my 13 powered Black Panther to be played wherever I'd like it to, plus my other card. And they probably have to put a lot of their cards on the board already, which means I can plan stuff out. And maybe the middle location is going to be nice. Let's find out. I don't know if this is a correct idea, but I do really like it as a plan. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I think this is interesting. I've never actually... I don't know. Black Panther is not a card I typically would like to use here, but the fact that I can just play Morgan for free because of destroying a lot of cards like this, pretty cool. Oh my gosh, we have the best Danger Room I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, this is actually 13 power, by the way. It's just glitched. And then this guy never dies. You know what? 25% chance for it to live. It's a 25% chance to be destroyed, but it's actually 25% chance to live. This one always lives, though. Demon always lives here. Athena into Human Torch for steps. Let's see. It is a lot of points they get, but I do have a 26 powered card on its own. Oh my gosh, and that lived too. 13 to destroy that. And then... let's go! Oh yeah, because actually it's not technically at 5 power. It was at 4 with Blue Marvel as an additional bonus at the end, which meant that we were okay there, no matter what it destroyed. That's really good. Okay, let's keep going. This is... I used Black Panther? Oh, that's fun. Yeah, Airwalker really was good. All right, Verd text. Text? I don't know. We've got the raft as a fun place. I'm gonna hope we can do maybe Airwalker in this lane. We'll see what happens there. They've got Agony. Makari, I didn't want you to be in that lane. Not gonna lie. Kind of wanted you to be over here. We will do this. I might regret it, but we'll find out. Uncle Ben's fine. We do have Prio now. I can play Airwalker next. What are we doing after this? Daily Bugle, they get Airwalker, Morgan, or Galacta. Shuri. Oh, is this like a Fallen One deck that we're playing against currently? It might just be that. Yeah, I think there's a good chance it might just be that that type of deck. I'm gonna hope we get Prio still here. Let's see. Forge. I mean, I could just do this into Carnage. Let's go for it. Let's see what happens here. We're gonna move Agony out of the way, which I think is gonna be very beneficial for us. Maybe not actually, but we'll find out. Spider-Man going over there for me, thank you. Airwalker gonna give me either Galacta or Morgan. Gives me Morgan. I don't mind getting Morgan down now. Gives me Uncle Ben and Airwalker back. Everything gets the bonus from Nova. Symbiote Spider-Man. Do I snap here and just use Magneto? I believe the answer is just yes. And then I'm going to go Uncle Ben here, just so that if I can destroy this and mess them up really heavily. Because they're probably going to go Fallen One, which just means I move this out of the way. So they only get 5 energy on the next turn. Or 6 energy, my bad. Oh, it's Black Panther. Honestly, even better for me. That's 10 power. They're going to get to 29 in the right lane. It's not even that much. Legit, I think we're still fine here. What do I want to do? I kind of want to go Galacta, Nico, Hood. Just do this play. Yeah, I think we want no matter what. We've just kind of just spent that whole thing just messing with their plan, with Uncle Ben just being a very good card. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'll take it. All right, we're against... Interesting. Huh. Wait, hold up. Who did they lose? Who did they lose? They lost a Quicksilver, which is actually kind of amazing. Am I going to just snap on that? Them losing Quicksilver? Because I can go Nico into playing the Hood and then going Nova. More card draws, I think, are just better in this deck, especially. And the first thing happens is I destroy the Hood in order to play Angel, basically. And then it will give me 2 other cards. Yeah, this is really effective, I think. Hood into Nova. Let's see this. Domino. So they had their Quicksilver Domino deck. God, that's just a thing now, by the way, which is cool. Yep, destroy that so Angel goes on the board. We have Makari coming down and Airwalker. I like all that stuff. Makari going mid. Do I want to play Airwalker there as well? What's my next card? I don't know. With Carnage, I think the answer is just yes. Let's do all this. I'm going to play Uncle Ben here. And then I'll play Uncle Ben, Carnage Demon. I think so anyway. This feels good. It's weird that I'm setting up to destroy. Basically, like Makari, Airwalker, and Angel are all weird cards to destroy, but I do love the fact that kind of Morgan's brought those cards a little bit back into the limelight. Do Uncle Ben here, Carnage here, Demon here. Now, the real thing is we could technically get Dracula here instead of Morgan Le Fay. Do I really hate that? I don't even think I hate that. We'll see. I might really hate it in a second here. Is technically bringing my power down a little bit. It just grabbed Dracula instead of anything else. Silver Surfer for steps into Wiccan. They got the value. Man, if that was Morgan instead, that would have been so good. I haven't seen a lot of Silver Surfer first steps. Who do we want now, though? I do have Morgan Le Fay. I have 4 destroyed cards. So we're going to play Morgan here. This will be interesting. What? And actually, I think we're going to be fine pretty much no matter what, right? I have to go probably Venom first in the right lane. I'm going to play Morgan here. I think I want to be able to Venom this lane and do some stuff, because I think it's going to be like Killmonger Venom things. The Demon last turn may have been the incorrect call. We'll see. I do get to play both. I'm only going to have to play Airwalker and the Hood, and that's it. I forgot, Galactus is technically a card as well. Yeah, I'm fine with Makari being there. So then we go... Do I just leave Galactus in my hand? I think I do. I go Venom. Venom Hood? Is that it? Nico gets destroyed first. Angel goes onto the board here. Then Nova. Then Uncle Ben. Let's see this go through. The Dracula's going to be really interesting. We get to move one of the cards to the right lane. We leave a lot of points left. Oh my god. Is it going to be destroyable? It might be. Oh, he might be able to be destroyed. That's annoying if he is. Or Shang-Chi or whatever I'm thinking. Oh my gosh, he just barely is. Doesn't matter. And we got the Galacta hitting Dracula. That's the whole 9 yards. That's everything. It's all together. It all came together in this perfect... I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. I don't know. This is fun. I actually do like this list, and Airwalker, Morgan Le Fay, I think is one of the combinations I was most excited to use from this season. And thus far, definitely enjoying it. Uncle Ben's a really fun start for us here. Oscorp Tower, not so much, though. Ooh, it's a little bit scary. We can still do some stuff here. Uncle Ben's going to be fine. Who do we have next? Pit of Exile is nothing, pretty much. Put Angel down. I know it's weird to play Angel probably, but I'm gonna do it because I'm okay with this card getting destroyed. Surge. Atlantis. Honestly, I'm playing Makari, aren't I? I wonder if it's worth it to go for like... Oh, this is definitely just correct currently. I should just play Carnage currently. That's all I need to play. I do just want to play Carnage, even if Uncle Ben isn't moving. I don't want to put myself in Shang-Chi range. I should just destroy all those cards. Surge and Magic. I'd like to get Nico if I could to mess with that location. It's definitely not Nico. A little bit inconvenient for us. Let's go Galacta here into Hood here. What's this gonna be? Does that count as 10 power? Oh no, that might count as 10 power. That's gonna play Nico. They're gonna destroy my Carnage pretty soon is what I'm guessing. Let's do this play. I'm gonna regret this, but we're playing it anyway. I don't know what they're gonna do. Red Hulk is just gonna get massive. I can't stop him, unfortunately. I can get rid of their Sunspot, which is nice, though. Like, I don't really care if they just hit me with a cannonball in the middle lane. Okay, so here's the thing, technically. If in this right lane I play Airwalker, Nova, and then I play Venom, I do believe Angel and Makari should both go back onto the board. Is this enough to win? Probably not, but I'm gonna play it anyway. Mercury in that lane? Why there? Are they gonna go? They can't do a Juggernaut now. Galactus. All right, let's see it. Let's see this play out. Airwalker, give me Nova. It's a lot of points. I might still be okay here. Because Airwalker goes, which should pull my Morgan Le Fay into that lane, which then triggers all of that stuff there. Then I destroy Nova, who should put Angel in that right lane as well. And then everything goes power, and then Angel should go into the right lane. And then I end it with Makari going on the board. They just had, was that 5 extra power for the last 3 turns of the game? And we still took them down with Morgan Le Fay and an Airwalker. Airwalker was essential to winning that by allowing us to cheat out but Morgan and Angel in that final turn. Makari could have done more for us there, potentially, but that was still amazing. That was a really good turn. This deck's a lot of fun. Don't know if it's going to break the meta, but I really love what this deck is doing. Let's actually talk about this deck, what you can do with it, and I don't know, just how fun it is. This deck was a lot of fun. It allowed me to use some cards that I've been honestly just very excited and very much wanting just to use, putting down a lot of points and a lot of power onto the board that I thought was really interesting, really cool, that I can't really do in a lot of other decks. It was just a fun deck to use. I do enjoy Morgan Le Fay style of decks, and I think that Airwalker's a really nice fit into these lists and can offer a lot of really cool abilities. Even just, again, as you saw in our last game, just playing some of these cards on rate so that you can guarantee where they're going to be and then destroying them for those final turn effects is one of the reasons I really enjoy. In particular, I'm going to say Angel and Makari in this list. Just to be able to, again, try to guarantee where their trigger's going to be. And then Uncle Ben leaving power on the board, but still being able to be killmongered, and then also adding additional power when you can bring him back, still being like a 1/5 is really good stuff. There's a lot of really fun cards, a lot of really interesting things here, and a lot of great ways to get value. Cards that I just don't normally see played. We're using Nova, we're using Makari, we're using Angel. Like, these cards aren't cards we're seeing a lot of play currently, and so it's a lot of fun here. If you're missing some of these cards, again, Nico's just a really good on-rate 1-drop. A 1-drop that you wouldn't mind repeating, i.e. maybe a Silver Sable, maybe a Korg is another couple of examples of cards you'll be trying to mess with. Uncle Ben, I really like what he does offer, but again, just another on-rate 1-drop if you want to. You could even try to mess with some stuff akin to Hydra Bob if you want to try something like that. Again, you just want good power on the board with these. You could also try going Rocket Raccoon. You could try messing with Hawkeye. Hawkeye's gonna be a little more difficult, but you could try to do that stuff. Y'all should have Angel, obviously. We'll talk about Airwalker here in a second. If you don't have Makari I really enjoyed for guaranteeing that power from Airwalker, or from just bringing it back, basically. If you don't have that, you can try the new card Firelord. I haven't messed with that here. Firelord is an interesting card, also potentially in that Galactus slot. Both a lot of really cool and really interesting options. Or Another combination you can try to go for is trying to use Squirrel Girl in addition to potentially just get priority that Makari can also give you. And then you can also use Death. With the Killmonger, you can potentially get a lot of value to bring Death onto the board for pretty cheap. Putting down, again, a lot of points in that final turn, which is going to be a very big deal. Lots of the really cool pieces, a lot of really interesting parts here that I was happy with. Again, Morgan Le Fay, I actually do think Morgan Le Fay, it's as a weirder shout, might be one of the more central cards. You could potentially, again, try going with a firelord in combination maybe with like a Phoenix Force or Elixir, but you're not going to get the same results, and I'm not going to be able to promise anything exactly one way or another. But I was excited to use Airwalker in this deck, and we should probably talk about this brand new card you can get from High Voltage. Now, Airwalker is a really cool card at this 3/3 stat line. Again, I don't think it's going to break the meta, but I do like what he can offer. This feels like a really interesting card. I don't believe it prioritizes your hand. However, my circumstantial bias is telling me that it does. You're going to have to verify that more with other testing. I think it is just random. It takes a 4-cost card from every single location potential that it talks about the hand or deck. But he was still really cool. It did some really cool, interesting things that I was very happy to be able to use in a very effective way. He felt like a really interesting card, and if you don't have him, what you can do is you can potentially just try to sub it out with just a different powerful card. Just an on-rate card could be good as well. The biggest problem is you're not going to get the value of just drawing out some of these other cards that you typically would like to do. Bucky Barnes, another interesting card you could just mess with in terms of just leaving power on the board, or you can even try to go with the Lady Deathstrike in order for a way to try to combo with Airwalker. But in general, this card was really cool. This deck was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed. The deck links, or the codes for everything, the 3 High Voltage decks I had, as well as this deck, all of them will be down in the description below. Appreciate y'all hanging out today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch y'all around in the next video. See ya. Peace out.